How's it going, guys? Tom Petrini here in Las Vegas. Thank you, all of you who sent me here. Summer League has been an amazing experience. It's been really fun. Um, Everybody at that arena is a hardcore basketball fan, and it's really cool to be here. It's really cool to be seeing these young guys, seeing these Spurs draft picks play their first competitive games um, as professionals for some of them. Um, didn't get to see Lonnie Walker in the games that I went to, unfortunately, but did get to check out Luka Šamanić, Keldon Johnson, and Quinndary Weatherspoon, all three draft picks from this year. And they're all pretty solid players. I've already done an individual game breakdown for both Keldon Johnson and Luka Šamanić in Utah. But this video goes in depth on all three Spurs draft picks this year, what they've shown in Summer League, what their skills are, what their limitations are, what they need to work on as they try to make it to the next level. Luka Šamanić is going to be a project for the Spurs. He'll spend some time in Austin, but the 19-year-old has a lot of promise. He's 6'11 and has so much skill for a player of that size. There simply aren't many 6'11" players in the world who can move the way Luka Šamanić does. The way he throws the ball behind his back, he's got the ball on a string. This play is maybe the sickest of Summer League for him. Boom, broke his ankles. He had this guy backpedaling. He changed direction once, twice, 3 times in a second, and just drops that dude. Only time will tell if he is the 6'11 Manu Ginobili or the Croatian Kevin Durant. In any case, this was nasty. He's 6'11 and he has some post-up game, but he moves more like a wing when he's on the block. On this play, he's moving more like a small forward, and he has guard quickness. It's kind of crazy for a 6'11 player. You can see here he slaps the hand away, quick little spin move, gets his elbow around. Obviously he needs a little bit more muscle to finish these, but he's got a lot of promise. Three-point shooting is another area where Šamanić showed he has potential, but could still work on consistency. He shot 3 of 9 from three-point range in Vegas. You have to love his quick trigger. He's a confident shooter. He has a high release point. If he's left open, he's letting that thing rip. Obviously, he needs to work on his consistency a little bit, but simply being able to shoot at a clip that forces the defense to respect you from three-point range is good enough to make a difference as a big man. Šamanić is also a great passer for his size. Here he uses a quick pump fake, no-look dime to Drew Eubanks for an easy slam dunk. Again, these are plays you don't typically see from a 6'11 player, much less at 19 years old. Here he is running the break, draws a crowd, drops it off to the mayor of Cedar Park, Jeff Ledbetter, and he does the rest. Beautiful. He drops dimes on a move, too. This is a tough play. Again, look away. Again, a dunk for Eubanks. Here he runs pick and roll with Eubanks. 2 defenders come to him, and he throws it over the top to Eubanks for a dunk. He has some post game. He can back some guys down and get in range for a nice little post move like this one. But again, he's a guy who needs to put on some muscle if he's going to be able to contend on both ends in the post. Putting on some muscle should also help him reduce his turnovers. He can be a little bit sloppy with the rock, especially down low in the paint, especially against NBA big men. This one here is a bad turnover for Šamanić. You'll see it's not even really tough defense. He just starts looking behind him before the ball is in his hands, and it bounces off. And the Suns recover and get a transition bucket out of it. This one isn't really a weight room thing for Šamanić, but he definitely needs to improve his ball security. You'd also like to see him work on his foot speed defensively. He has a tendency to slow down a little bit, stop, not really put himself in great positions to defend. And that's something that he'll work on a lot in Austin, I'm pretty sure. These aren't terrible plays defensively, but he wants to be able to guard 1 through 5, so I'm sure he'll be working on it. University of Kentucky's Keldon Johnson Jr. is the Spurs rookie most likely to crack the rotation this season. That's because of his hard-nosed defense, his physical tools, and his off-ball skill set that make him an easy plug-and-play guy. Johnson's freaky fast and very active on defense. On this play, he's at a half court, and the guy with the ball is at the top of the key. He comes all the way back into play and almost blocks it. It's a goaltend, but look how fast he is getting back in that play. Johnson can use those big, quick hands to start a break and take it all away from one end of the court to the other. He's just 19, but just ask him, he has a big body to compete at the NBA level.
Get there by Keldon Johnson. Spurs up one. Keldon Johnson going strong and gets it to drop off the glass. Keldon Johnson with the nifty move.
This kid is funny, man. He's got a great attitude. Great play, takes it all the way to the rim, flexes, big body. How do you not love that? And he hits the free throw after. Got the Nelly Band-Aid on his eyebrow. Gotta love it. Keldon has a really great in-between game to attack closeouts with. Here, quick 2 steps, safe with the ball, floater up and in. Then this one, catches, 2 quick dribbles, another floater. He's got that pretty much down pat. I mean, on this play, quick little ball fake, he got his guy pretty good there. And then Euro floater. That's tough. I love Keldon Johnson on this play. Dribble handoff, and he doesn't stop moving. Right here, he makes a really smart play. He sees the defender going over the screen, so instead of spotting up for 3, he comes in for a nice little floater. Really smart off-the-ball player. This is a devious play here from all 3 players involved. It looks like Josh Magette is going to set a back screen for Keldon Johnson, so the defense is paying attention to Johnson. Screen doesn't come, 2 defenders come with Johnson, and it frees Magette for a wide open 3. Magette's a decent ball player. I just can't see him cracking a rotation anywhere. Here he is passing it to Johnson in transition, and you gotta love the way Keldon Johnson understands his 2 steps. You see him here using that big body to protect the ball from the defender. Solid play. This is another good play by Johnson attacking the basket off a catch. He doesn't get it, but look at Q Weatherspoon after he throws it. He knows that a contested layup attempt is coming and he follows it. He doesn't just stay where he is. Here we see Keldon take a slow, winding route to a rebound, but he gets there and he just gets 1 touch for a bucket. He's not a high assist guy, but he does have some playmaking ability on the move. One of the knocks on him is that he can't really create his own shot off the dribble, which he won't need to, but he can at least keep the ball moving in the flow of the offense. If he does get some minutes in San Antonio, I think he'll fit in great in a system as not the primary ball handler. On defense, he's great on the ball, but can get lost a little bit, can lose his man when he's not on the ball. A little bit of ball watching. He got burned at the perimeter a couple of times. There were also a couple of plays where he was pretty close, but based on the shot clock, he should have been closer. And we'll see him work on his defense against NBA players and G League players this season. Quinndary Weatherspoon was first-team All-SEC for the past 2 seasons at Mississippi State. He's 22, so he's on the older side for a rookie, but he has a great physical frame, he has a high basketball IQ, and I love the way he plays. He can play either guard position, and he showed some great aptitude running pick and roll. Here, splits 2 defenders, and then another 2 at the rim for a bucket. Here, he gets another screen, crossover, easy lane to the basket. Sometimes in Summer League, you get a little help from the other team. This is a terrible miscommunication. Defender points which way to go. Quinndary Weatherspoon says thank you, hangs on the rim a little bit. Weatherspoon has great length, timing, and quickness. And here, right there, it's like he lowers the pad level like a running back, getting to the rim. Check it out in slow motion again, taking up leisurely, and then boom, explodes off that back leg, gets past his guy, right to the basket. I love the way Q Weatherspoon attacks the basket, this time going to his left. And that shot, that's an impossible angle. That is an impossible angle to get a shot off, and one, through contact. How did he do that? You want your shoulders square to the basket? They are perpendicular. Blew my mind a little bit. He's definitely responsible with the ball, but he's also great without it. Here, great cut, easy layup that he blows, but he gets the rebound. Weatherspoon has size, and he's a gritty defender. He's the kind of guy that'll get under your skin, force turnovers, make you think a little bit extra about dribbling the ball. And he's pretty great starting transition breaks, finishing transition breaks. He fits in well with this young Spurs core that gets out in transition pretty well. And here he displays some playmaking. Weatherspoon throws some risky passes. This one probably could have been a turnover, but he sticks with the play, which I like, and gets an easy bucket out of it. Here's a pick and roll down one with the game on the line. Easy read, hits a cutting Eubanks, and it's a dunk. Solid read, though, out of the pick and roll by Quinndary Weatherspoon. After that, though, it didn't go so well for him. Here, ill-advised charge, definitely extended that off arm a little bit, and here, has his head down, clock's running out, and he runs into two defenders. So as you can see, these Spurs rookies are solid players. They all have a lot of potential. Šamanić maybe has the highest ceiling. He's definitely going to be a project. He's 19 years old. He needs to put some muscle on, but he can be a very, very good player at 6'11" on the wing. Keldon Johnson is the most likely to crack the rotation as a rookie, just on positional need. I think he'll fit in well with the offense, considering he doesn't need the ball very much. And his defense is going to get him minutes. He's the most NBA-ready defender out of the three. Quinndary Weatherspoon does a little bit of everything. If the Spurs weren't so deep in the guard rotation, he might be getting some minutes this year. He's 22 years old. He's a mature player. He's going to, I think, make the Austin Spurs very good this year. And all three of these guys can be a part of this young core that the Spurs have been building. So it's exciting to see. They all looked pretty impressive in person. I was particularly impressed with Keldon Johnson knowing the words to Jay-Z's PSA. It's important. It's important that the young kids know the classics. And yeah, the Keldon and Luka were sitting with Chip England, the Spurs legendary shot guru. Just chatting with him. R.C. Buford and other members of the coaching staff have been here in Las Vegas checking these guys out, and they have to like what they're seeing. I think all three are going to spend some time in Austin, but I think all three can spend some time in San Antonio, and if not this year, next year. So we'll see how they progress, and it'll be exciting to watch, but they showed a lot of promise here in Vegas. Please like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next. I'm doing a video on Drew Eubanks and Ben Moore and Thomas Robinson. I'm going to do another video on Lonnie Walker. I'm going to do a video on DeMar Carroll and Trey Lyles, how they'll fit in next year. So let me know what you want to see, and I'll show it to you. Thank you very much, and as always, go Spurs, go.